Darth Vader, number 7, from Krayt Dragon Films. Guys, I do encourage you to go out, check out the Krayt Dragon Films channel. They have all of the Darth Vader comics available, as well as several other issues, Lando, as well as Mace, Windu, and a couple of other editions that are out. So again, I encourage you guys to go ahead and check out the channel. So we're going to get into Book 2, Part 1, Shadows and Secrets, with Darth Vader, guys. Opening crawl. Turns to his home planet, Tatooine. Now, guys, incidentally, again, I saw the other episodes in this line of comics here with Vader, and I didn't want to repeat them or do a reaction to them since I've already seen them. So that's why we're starting off here. So again, I want to, if you haven't watched the previous comics to this one here, I encourage you to go to Krayt Films and check out their channel. Check out the first 6 issues and catch up with us here on number 7.
It's been dead for weeks. No one alive, nothing inside.
The boy who destroyed the Death Star lived here. He left when his family was slain. There's perhaps a trace of his presence.
Ah, for stuff. Understood. I'll leave you to it. Imperial blasters beneath the berms. Your lot were acting covertly here? Still a little twitchy when the Senate was just fresh in the ground.
Oh my! Such slaughter! Such terrible slaughter! Those poor droids!
I guess it's an irony. If the boy was here when the jackboot came down, the Empire would still have a Death Star. But if the family wasn't killed, maybe he'd never have left. Revenge is one hell of a motivator.
You are correct. We are too late. Let us move on.
Assuming Mr. Greatest Bounty Hunter in the galaxy has got his grid refs right, this is where Boba Fett fought the boy.
Wait until signaled. He fended off the bounty hunter. The boy is strong in the Force.
That's cool.
But with little or no training. You had 20 years, ObiWan. Hiding the boy in the one place I would never return was cunning. But in this, you are a failure. Afra, I am done. There is nothing here.
Great. Where do you want the bomb?
Wow. I didn't know that.
Molecular purge is good. As far as forensic science can tell, no one was here, ever.
As I said.
What now, Lord Vader?
I must return to my duties. I will have a task for you soon enough.
Wow.
It is a matter
So he destroyed the Lars farm.
delicacy.
Is that right? Wow.
You lost my cargo. You've got excuses, I trust. Something suitably spellbinding?
The Imperial crackdown.
Bad start. Unfortunate. I've heard that story a lot recently. And do you know what I thought of that story? Ask them. If you are incapable of reading subtext, I was not impressed. The Imperials are trying harder. All this means is that you should try harder too. The one thing that pleases me, for all your fear of your Imperials, you came here. You're still more afraid of me. For that, your death will be swift and relatively painless. What's this?
An Imperial tracer.
Whoa.
It is pointless to resist.
What?
Area pacified, Darth Vader. As is the smuggler who led us here. Stray shot.
Unfortunate. I suspect he had more information. Open the vault.
Yes, sir.
Whoa, that was cool.
Gather the contraband. It must be safely confiscated.
Pumabe Dathwa Hekan Sebe Pan Pion. Lono Japa Noa Faego. Doth no Bata Janse Kaiten.
The Empire has let the Outer Rim run wild for too long, Sutha. The Rhodian was overly disruptive. If there are to be other active powers, they should be ones with whom the Empire has an understanding.
Anbulo nu Japa Doth Kolka Daba Pakman Doth Dodi. Gigi Che Yabu Wankamebu. Kama Kia E Kodane Hike A Una Septa
I
Chayus.
believe this is the same head. We saw him in Clone Wars. I could be mistaken. If anyone knows, please put that down in the comments below.
Zonto Doth Uche Kuis Nui. Hakubu Mabecha Dot Maya Da Vot Guba Kota. Da Doth Voici Jawekami Mobek Tok Hon Doth Karia. Vonu Java Hat Kolkanbe. Son Pase Wow Lorda Vader Blue Tende Naifa
You know, Vader is not stupid for that.
That is Imperial
property.
property. The crackdown is not solely for the enrichment of the Hutts.
Si Pakman Duate. Buddha Wow Fan Nahoi Ba Poli Ba Ikua Wa Koma Pate Se Dawa Chabaka Kyuki Chake Bekmi Chanilam Epe Suta Ba Undai Umba Katka Bautfa A Kolka Wona Chaweka.
This planet's underworld is your master's now. Do not overstep your boundaries. You will regret it.
I don't think so. Your kind aren't welcome here.
Finished.
Is that Bossick? 88?
I have made my point, Bosk. Explanation. I was delayed by Imperial checkpoints. Query. What have I missed?
Nothing. Delays. IG-90.
The Wookiee saw there was a pit fight in the back. Dumb lump got nostalgic.
Statement. Fights are planned in advance. Query. How was he a contestant?
He strangled the other fighters stepped in. No one was gonna say no.
I've captured enough Wookiees and sold them to the traders to feed to the pits. Until Santon, I never met one who volunteered.
Just give him a drink when he's done. He's always thirsty after beating a guy to death. Yeah, we know. Standard and slipped since you quit. What's this? Huh? It's not even my birthday.
Quiet down and wipe your mouth. Ladies are present. Thank you, Mr. Bebox.
Afra.
Now, Imperial forces have permanently ended the Sun Tool Pride. They're done. Their personal fortune is in transit to its new home in an Imperial vault.
Statement. Everyone knows this.
I know a little extra. I know exactly how it's being transported, how to circumvent its guards, and, most
Oh,
of
wait,
all,
that's not Afra.
how to get away.
Is it?
So, gentlemen and violent
it is.
robots, who wants to be rich?
So she's gonna rob the Empire. Wow. That's crazy. Afra might be a little more interesting than I thought. I've never really been exposed to her, other than this run of comics. So we'll see as we go through the comics. Very cool. I think all the voices are done very, very well here. So again, props to Krayt Films. Really, really good job. And guys, again, I want to encourage you guys to go out and check them out. Krayt Dragon Films. Go out, check them out, look at their channel, and get a look at everything that they have to offer in their playlist. They do a really good job, as you guys can see. So guys, what we're going to be doing here in the for the next couple of weeks, or for the foreseeable future, I'm going to do reactions to these particular comics. Specifically for this moment, we're going to continue the run of the Darth Vader comics. I'll try to get these out one per day. However, don't hold me to that. It may not be one every day. I may skip a day here and there, depending on what my scheduling is. But I will try to get those videos out as soon as I most definitely can, watch them and get them up, edited and out. So we will continue that, and then we'll take a look at some of the other different comic runs. I'd like to get into the Lando comic as well. And probably get a look at the Mace Windu comic as well. Now, what I mentioned earlier in this particular video is that I've already actually on my own looked at the first 6 episodes, or the first 6 issues in this Darth Vader run. And I didn't want to give you guys an untrue reaction to some stuff that I had already saw. So again, that's why we're starting here with, I believe this is issue number 7 here. So again, and I know, obviously, if you're still watching this, you've already spoiled yourself on what's going on. But if you have not seen the other comics in this particular run, again, I want to encourage you to go over to Krayt Dragon Films channel. Check out their content, get caught up on the Vader comics, and then come back and join us here, and you can join me with my reactions to those particular comics, guys. So really, really cool stuff, great stuff that we saw there. A couple of things that I did not know in regards to the destruction of the Lars farm. I think I did hear that in passing somewhere, but I totally forgot about it, and it was really cool to see there in the comics. I also was aware of Luke's battle with Boba Fett, but never saw any artwork or illustrations in regards to what happened with that battle. So it was really cool to see that there in the comic as well. So really, really good stuff. Really enjoyed it. Shout out to Krayt Dragon Films. Excellent job with the voice work and the artwork and everything, and the moving graphics. So really, really good stuff. Very enjoyable video to react to. So guys, there will be a link in the description to the video, and also a link to the channel itself. So again, I want to encourage you guys to go ahead and check them out. All right, you guys. So we're also going to get a look at my haul that I picked up the other day. I went over to Lou's over in Culver City Collectibles. Very cool shop. Very cool shop for just about anything that you're looking for, whether it's comic books, action figures, aircrafts, vintage or modern, whatever you're looking for. He pretty much, not everything. I'm not going to put him out there like he has everything, but you're going to find some very cool stuff. So I really enjoy going over to a shop, and I was able to find some really cool pieces. As you can see right here, guys, I picked up a couple of clone era vehicles. As you can see, the 2 vehicles here, and actually the 2 smaller vehicles as well. And I was also able to pick up the Return of the Jedi A-Wing, very cool legacy version. So absolutely awesome. So I was thrown off by the scale of the vehicle, so I did a little bit of research on it, and sure enough, came back as the legacy version. So very, very cool, and it was an awesome find. I was able to actually pick it up for $15 a piece. Picked up all 3 of the large vehicles for $15 a piece, and then the 2 smaller vehicles for $8. As you can see here, the clone troopers there, I was able to pick those up for $3 a piece, which is really, really cool. And especially this little guy right here, I think he's absolutely awesome with the removable mouthpiece and whatnot. Who actually goes with this particular vehicle right there. So guys, we're gonna get a look at some of these pieces here, and I also have a special item as well that we're going to get a look at, so we'll pull that up here in just a moment. So to get a closer look at some of these pieces here, guys, we're going to start off with the VWing. Now, as some of you might have been able to tell, there are some missing pieces on a couple of these items. The VWing here, as well as Obi-Wan Kenobi's Starfighter. Now, obviously, these are going to be restoration projects for me. I really get a kick out of restoring vehicles, and so these will also be a part of that, so very cool. As you can see, I'm missing the two bottom wings, the left and right bottom wings there. There are also two wings that are supposed to be attached here, and then there is also two wings that should be attached to the back on those two pieces right there. So those are the missing pieces that I am aware of. I did take the opportunity to do some research on the missing parts, and unfortunately at the moment I haven't been able to find the parts that I'm looking for, not at least with a decent price, but with a project like this, patience is definitely the key, and hopefully I'll be able to find those additional pieces at a very good price. So, but I'm very happy to have this vehicle here in my possession, and I look forward to restoring it back to its original state. So everything does work, guys. So you have the wings that go in the forward motion. So once I get those two bottom wings, hopefully, and get all the other wings in the proper placing, this thing will look perfect. But everything is functioning. So, and the wings do pop back, so very cool. The missiles do fire. I don't really want to fire them off, but they do fire. I actually fired one off accidentally earlier, so they do fire, guys. So absolutely cool, and I thought this was a very nice little pickup, especially for $15. I figured that wasn't too bad of a price on that. And then the other larger size Clone War vehicle that we have here is Obi-Wan Kenobi Starfighter. I forget what episode this is from. It's got to be either 1 or 2 because they had a different version of the Starfighter in episode 3. So I just can't remember if this is 1 or, I'm sure someone will let me know in the comments. So getting a look at this, guys, obviously again there are some missing pieces here, and I will hopefully be able to find those pieces and restore them. I did do some research. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find those pieces, but again, hopefully in the future I'll be able to get them at a very good price. So obviously we have the two main pieces that would actually cover all of this up here, guys. If you're familiar with this vehicle, and it comes into a triangular shape, even with the additional pieces once they're on there. And there also are two missiles that are missing on either side here, guys. So I'm gonna need to locate those. And I believe that may be the extent of what's missing. I do have the Obi-Wan Kenobi figure that goes with this aircraft, that comes with the robe, he comes with the satellite dish, and everything. And he even has the, and he even has his communication device around his head. If you're familiar with that figure, I actually do have the figure that goes with this particular aircraft, and I don't have him up here now, but once I get everything completed, I should have a full and complete Obi-Wan Kenobi Starfighter, guys. So very cool. And again, everything does work on this vehicle. So there you go, guys. Very cool. And then obviously, guys, this is it in fighter mode. So it is still very presentable, even with the missing pieces on it. However, I don't have those missiles, as I mentioned. So, you know, very cool, not bad, and not too bad for about 15 bucks. I wasn't too mad at that. And then, of course, here we have the Republic Gunship. I don't know, pod, or I don't know the exact name for this, but it does belong to the Republic Gunship, the larger ship, which is almost, if you're not familiar with it, it's very similarly shaped to this. However, this would be a pod or a shuttle that comes off of it. and I believe the attachment is here. I found this again at Lowe's. It was loose, and it was actually separate of the figure that comes with it. I actually left the store. I saw this vehicle and passed on it, and I left the store and I did a little research, and I figured that, or found out that this figure actually goes with this vehicle, so that's why I went back and picked it up. I actually do have the complete box sealed Republic Gunship in my collection. However, it is sealed and unopened, so I thought I would go ahead and pick this up in case I needed it for any dioramas or anything that I wanted to do on video. Instead of sacrificing my sealed version, I can go ahead and use this for any dioramas or anything that I want to set up. So I thought it was a pretty good bargain at $8 for this. So very cool. And then of course the canopy opens up. There is no electronic components, but there are functioning missiles on the aircraft, and it is complete with the missiles. So very cool and a very good bargain, I thought, at $8. So very, very cool. And then of course we have the Naboo Fighter right here. Very cool, awesome. I just had to go ahead and pick this up since I had the other ones. And I'm really trying to get my Clone War era vehicles together, and I'm trying to go about it without spending a whole lot of money. So whenever I can find these vehicles loose in a good condition, I have no problem picking them up. And then of course, again, I could always be able to display these and put them in dioramas if I choose to do so without sacrificing any of my sealed collection. And then guys, we also have here, as I had mentioned, pretty much the prize of my haul, which is going to be our Return of the Jedi A-Wing Starfighter. Absolutely awesome. So cool. And I believe it is, cannot see any missing pieces on this. And it looks to be in very, very good shape, as you guys can see there. So absolutely awesome vehicle. And this is the item that drew my eye immediately. And then of course, upon seeing this, I was able to look at some of the other items, but this is what I really had my eye on right here. I love the A-Wing. It's one of my favorite fighters in all of Star Wars, and to have it in this scale is absolutely awesome, and I'm very happy to have it. So very cool. Now, as you can see, guys, the landing gear does work. Everything functions on this vehicle very well. So very cool. The guns also work. If you pull them out, you can see that they do a 360 rotation to fire in any direction that you need them to do so in. So very cool, very awesome. Again, the vehicle is very functional. No broken pieces or any damage that I can see here. The hatch opens up with the lever in the back here, this lever right there. So functioning just fine, just well. Everything works properly on this. And again, to get it for $15, I thought it was a bargain that I could not pass up. So there it is, guys. Very cool. And again, the prize of this particular haul right here. And then we're gonna get a look at the clone troopers that I was able to pick up there, guys. So these guys are, they've been played with, so they're not in the greatest condition, guys. They were purchased loose, but nonetheless, that does not bother me at all, because I will go ahead and clean these guys up, and they can take part in any dioramas or displays that I see fit to put them in. They are fully articulated, so very cool and absolutely awesome. I just love it, and for $3, I think I did very well picking up these figures. So very awesome and cool. And again, I want to thank Lou's out of Culver City here in Los Angeles. And then of course here, guys, we have our Republic Gunship pilot. Awesome looking figure. I really like this guy. Like the look. He has the breathing apparatus there. This one actually came with a weapon. I don't always get loose figures that come with the weapon, so that was a bonus, especially at $3. So I thought that was very, very cool and awesome. He is articulated as well. Very cool, very articulated figure, and again, for $3, I thought it was a great bargain. So very happy to have this guy. And then last but not least, picked up this very cool clone trooper right here. And I didn't realize that the helmet came off, and wasn't sure what the face looked like, obviously, underneath. And to my surprise, he has this particular mask on, which I've never seen before. I don't really recognize this particular clone, and I haven't been able to do my research on it to figure out exactly who he is with this particular face here, or the mask on his face. And one of the other things I noticed with this figure, he is articulated, very much so, just like the other figures that I have here. But he is a bit stiff as well, and I am having a bit of a problem with the waistline, getting him to move around. So I'm not sure if this is someone's custom figure that they put together, or if he is an actual clone trooper or official figure as a clone trooper. So I will have to find out, but still nonetheless very, very cool. And of course he has the removable helmet that I can always stick on him. So again, at $3, how can I complain about this particular figure? So very, very cool and awesome. All right, guys, as promised, I told you I had a bonus item, and here it is. Very cool, Princess Leia, Return of the Jedi, speeder bike, 12-inch scale, complete with the figure. Very cool, awesome. I saw this at Lowe's and got a great deal on it, and so I just went ahead and picked it up. Not so much for the figure, even though I think it's very cool and I do enjoy it. Reminds me a lot of the Forces of Destiny figures. I see that it does have actual hair, I believe, just like the Forces of Destiny, so really reminds me of those particular figures. I don't make it a habit to pick up figures such as this, because the quality is not exactly what I would like. I prefer something that's a bit more realistic if I'm going to collect in this particular scale. However, because of the speeder bike itself, I just could not pass it up. And then the other thing I thought of is that I can also use this with my 1/6 scale Hot Toys figures. Once I get my Luke, that will be coming with his Return of the Jedi outfit, as well as my Leia, if they ever come out with a Leia, who also comes with the Return of the Jedi. Or what I may be able to do is take my Hoth Princess Leia and use this particular outfit, if it fits on her, and see how that looks with the two on the speeder bike, as we do see them in the Return of the Jedi. So very cool, guys, and I'm gonna get you guys a closer look at this. All right, guys, so there it is, a closer look, and I apologize if there's a glare, guys. There's not a lot that I can do with that, unfortunately, but there it is, the speeder bike, and I hope I can get it all in the shot there, guys. So cool. I'm sure you guys have seen this set before. I'm sure this is an older set. I don't know what year this set is from, but very cool. Looks like it comes with a stand as well. It's very awesome. Didn't even know that. I actually haven't even looked at the back of the box yet. There's a couple of other figures that are in the line. That's very cool. I didn't know, is that Lando? That is Lando, what? But I think I've seen the Lando, actually, now that I think about it. So very cool, absolutely awesome, guys. There it is. So pretty much it was the speeder bike that sold me on this, in this scale. I just thought that was so awesome in that scale. So again, I think it will pretty much work with my Hot Toys 1/6 scale figures, which are a bit more detailed than the figure that's here, but nonetheless very cool. All right, guys, so there it is. That is my reaction to the Vader comic number 7, as well as an update on my collection and most recent haul. So guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And of course, guys, from the father to the daughter to the Clone War era vehicles and Return of the Jedi. May the Force be with you always.